Hey guys, this is DATOHLEONG and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind of an Immortal. I realized that I haven't done any carry videos on this channel, so here it is. Many of you have asked me about how to come back from a bad laning phase, so you will also see that in this particular video. This game is played on Immortal solo queue ranked games, and I picked Morphling because there is a shaky on the team. Morphling shaky combo is extremely broken right now, and I am having a lot of fun with this mechanical intensive hero. The combo doesn't really come online until 20 plus minutes, so I'll explain to you how I get there and how to proceed after. Morphling is one of the weakest level 1 heroes in the game. The power spike comes at level 3, level 5, level 6 and each respective item progression. A level 2 and above attribute shift will allow me to trade effectively without dying. But until then, I'm going to be using my laning support as a mid shield to take damage for me. I'm also going to be playing really safe and avoid dying, even if it means giving up the bounty rune. In this lane, I am playing against an offlane Slardar and a position for Luna with a support Lion. If I am caught out of position in the early levels, I am definitely going to get run down, so I'm going to use creep aggro and neutral pulls to get farm. I've also asked my Lion player to secure all range creep with his stun so we do not get out leveled, but it did not go as planned. Not only we did not secure all the range creep, but we also did not get off the pulls as well. Soon, the safe lane became a dead lane. At this point, if I were to stay at the bottom lane, I'm going to be wasting a lot of time contesting an unwinnable lane. Shaky told me that he is having a good time against Chaos Knight, so I don't really want to steal his lane. Thus, I will be moving into the jungle and slowly farming my way to the triangle where it is safe to farm and hard to contest. Since I am dirt poor, I am going to get triple wraith bands so to kill neutrals faster and rely on tangles to sustain, fully skipping the morbid mass. Now that Storm has hit a power spike, he will be looking to rotate and find kills, and this is my chance to tax his lane. The plan here is to maximize efficiency. I am going to be shoving the middle wave to the enemy tower every time he comes close to me. What this play does is that it provides vision and forces someone to defend the middle tower. When there is a hero defending the tower, it is now one less hero to worry about on the map. Once the creep are under tower, it will eventually get pushed back to my tower for me to farm, and that is a small opening I have to farm the side neutrals. The only way I die right now is to get chain stunned and burst down. The heroes that can do that is OD and CK. CK is having a hard time at top and should probably be playing comeback. OD is busy defending the tower against the creep wave I shoved in. If Luna and Slardar were to abandon the lane to run at me, it is going to be extremely obvious when there is no one showing bottom. Furthermore, they won't have enough chain stun and damage, so I can easily survive with strength attribute shift. With this information, I feel extremely safe farming here. When the carry is seen free farming in the lane, it usually leads to an illegal gathering of many enemy heroes. As I mentioned earlier, the only way I die is when CK stun me and OD burst me down. If only one of them appears in front of me, there is not enough of a threat to force me away, and since Mirana is behind me, I'm going to copy OD and use imprisonment to set up an arrow. After OD dies, there is no way they kill me, so we are going to force the fight aggressively. I will also be watching for stun animation and shift to strength before I get stunned. This amazing fight allowed us to get the middle tower, further opening up space on the map. The item I will be going for first is Lincoln's. Lincoln's Sphere provides great stats and regeneration. The reason I don't want to rush Aghanims here is that there is still single target stuns that can kill me. If I were to morph into Shaky and get instantly stunned when I initiate, I will probably die. Furthermore, it is too early to get Aghanims. Ideally, I want to time getting level 18 and Aghanims together so I get the permanent Shaky form. The Lincoln spell block will buy me a split second for me to swap back to Morphling and activate Strength attribute shift if I were to be in any danger. Right now, I'm looking for a lane to farm as I get more gold and experience as compared to the neutrals. I will also be choosing the fight wisely. If I do not feel comfortable taking certain fights, I will without a doubt ditch the fight. After getting both bounty runes at top, there are many enemy heroes gathering at the bottom lane and I've got a feeling that something is about to happen there. I do have a TP ready, but they are pretty far away from the tower, thus I'll walk there and try to make a flank. The ideal fight in my mind is to copy either CK or OD as they have pretty high impact spells. Because Shaky got caught, Storm does not feel comfortable initiating, so he called for a hold and all three of us waits on the tower for the perfect opportunity. Unfortunately, the Dire managed to find the hiding Storm and this tower immediately becomes undefendable, so I'm going to not hesitate and TP out right away to get farm. Even though the team decided to abandon that tower, the reckless Shaky insisted to take the fight. Since there is no way I get there in time, I am going to quickly run top to shove the top wave. CK then showed top to defend the tower. Now I for certain know that he is not smoking with OD to hunt me, so I'll fall back to the triangle to get safe farm. Lincoln's is done and many heroes are gathering bottom. Even though I do not have Aghanims, I am ready to fight, so I am going to group up with my teammates. Mirana called for Moonlight Shadows, so I'll get off the map so to not reveal the spell. Even though there is a team fight happening at the Diamond bottom tier 2 tower, there is a lone CK rotating over to join the fight, so I copied him and chained him down with Storm Spirit. Unfortunately, Shaky died. Luna and OD still have their ultimates ready, so we are going to fall back with just a CK pick off. Once again, shoving the side lanes, then backing off to the triangle. The shove creeps are now being found by CK and a ward spotted OD farming at the Dire triangle. Now I know for sure that there is no smoke gang happening to find me, so I'm going to make a call to move top and kill the CK. It is going to be very obvious if all three cores suddenly disappeared from the map, so I'm going to shove the top lane to the tower and force someone to show. Creeps are now under Dire tower and the bait is set. All we need to do now is to initiate on them before they initiate on us. To do that, we use Moonlight Shadow to get into position. Mirana caught Slada, but he is not my target. The aim of the fight is to kill CK and OD without dying. If I were to jump on Slada, OD will save him with imprisonment, so we are going to wait it out. CK comes in really close and is completely out of position, so I copied him and tried to instantly burst him. The stun duration is running out and my Lincoln's is already broken. Slada is going to counter initiate really soon, so I have to get out and allow Shaky to finish him off. Luna's Eclipse have been popped and they now have the high ground advantage, so I'm going to wait for the ultimate to end and find an opening to get back in. Shaky caught Luna, so she will be my first target. Next, I'm going to go for OD as he's the highest damage dealer right now. My teammates have all been wiped and CM already used Frostbite. The only one that can stop my TP right now is Slada, so I'm going to go full strength and stun him so I can get out. After farming for a bit, I have my Aghanim's ready, so we make a smoke play and combine it with Moonlight Shadow into the Dire Woods to find a pick-off. CM is down and Slaughter got hexed. OD is my ideal target, but he is nowhere to be seen. The plan is to do some damage to Slaughter to bait OD out. Just when I jump on Slaughter, OD blinked in. It was a really unfortunate timing because I do not have the spell to chain OD down, and he gets off his BKB. The fight now looks pretty bad. I will not be able to pick off any of these heroes with 2 BKB cores covering for them, so I'm going to try and cover my team's escape. Fortunately, there was no further casualties. Even though we do not see any heroes on the map, we just took a 5 vs 5 team fight at top, so we can assume that they are still around the area. Since CK has Aegis, OD and Luna both have their ultimates ready. They felt extremely strong to make dives, but what we know is that all their BKBs is currently on cooldown, so I feel extremely comfortable taking fights as well. "32 minutes in and the team called for a smoke play. I do not 100% agree with this smoke for 2 reasons. Number 1, none of our cores is showing on the map. Number 2, we did not push out our waves. I insisted that we push out both waves before we do anything, but the team wants to smoke, so I just went with it. This is extremely obvious and we did not find anyone, but at least we know that they are all at the bottom part of the map, so we are going to take a free tower at top. As I was pushing out the bottom wave, we spotted OD defending mid and both supports dewarding at the top Dire jungle. If we were to find a lone hero at bottom, the supports will not make it in time to save him. OD went overconfident with his blink hex and got chain stunned to death. Since Slaughter popped BKB and Luna placed an Eclipse on him, there is no reason to stay, so we are going to get out and re-engage afterwards. My ideal target now is going to be CK. With the Immortal stuns we have, we should be able to kill him before he can pop BKB. Mirana misses the arrow combo and Shaky went for a solo echo on Slaughter. This fight looks pretty bad as my Shaky form is running out and Storm is almost out of mana. If Shaky dies here, I will not be able to get out if I went in, so I hesitated a little and think otherwise. Once our heroes are up, we immediately went for a moonlight play. This time, we push out our waves before doing anything. I know that OD has a hex and he's definitely my number 1 target in fights. Since I'm the most mobile hero, I want to be the first to go into bait BKBs and get out alive. However, I was too slow on my fingers and died for that cause. This is also the time where I realized that I should have gone for a BKB instead of an E-Blade. My greed for damage and this single wrong item choice delayed the game for a bit. Roshan is up, so we make sure to deward the surroundings before making our way to the pit. Now we saw OD top and CK TPing bottom, so instead of finding them before killing Rosh, we are going straight to Rosh. It did not take too long for the Dire to realize what we were doing, but this is a compact terrain and we will have the upper hand with Echo Slam. We just have to make sure to initiate on them before they initiate on us. Slardar blinked into an arrow with Luna's Eclipse on him, and everyone on the Dire is walking down a small ramp. We also know that CK is really fast, so it is a free echo play, and my job here is just to secure the Aegis. That Roche play alone secured us 2 sets of racks and 2 buybacks. With this Aegis and BKB, we started snowballing the fights and the game slowly becomes unwinnable for the Dire. I definitely felt that I could have laned better and itemized better in this game. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. If you enjoyed my Dota 2 contents, do hit the like, share, subscribe and turn on the notifications so I'll see you in the next video.